everybody, it's Cuban here, and in this video, it's tips for Cuban competitions. Let's get started. Before we get started, as you can tell, the setup has changed. Here in the setup this time, we have the Chi Chidi 2x2, Shen Shao Gem, Chi Warrior W, and Cuban Classroom MF2S. So yeah, on to the first tip. Tip number 1, bring multiple bags. Most cubers who go to competitions have cubes to sell, and that is normal. But if your main bag is the Moyu bag, you're going to want to put the cubes you're selling on one side of the bag and put the cubes you're competing with on the other so you don't get them mixed up. Or if you have the Chi bag right here, you're going to want to put the cubes you're selling in the drawstring bag and put the cubes you're competing with in the Chi bag. Like let's say I'm selling these cubes and I'm competing with these. Moyu bag, you would put these on one side and put these on the other. Chi bag, you would put these in the Chi bag and put these in the drawstring bag. Next tip. Tip number 2. Sell cubes. Every cuber has cubes in their collection they do not want. Like for me, it's this 4x4. Listen why. It's very scratchy and bad, so I'm going to be replacing it soon. And this Cube Extreme I do not want. You're going to want to sell cubes to make some money to buy cubes people are selling at competitions, but you do not want to make the price range really high. Like for this 4x4, I would sell it for about $2. In this Cube Extreme, I would sell it for about $1. Next tip. Tip number 3. Bring a timer. You're going to want to bring a timer so you can practice before you're up in the competition. For example, I would bring this timer to practice pyramids before I'm up to compete, because I'm really good at pyramids. You could also bring your mats just to show off to people at the competition. Next tip. Tip number 4. Only bring cubes for your events. Let's say I'm competing in 3x3, one-handed, and pyramids. I would bring these 3 cubes plus their backup mains, but because these are already set up and ready to go, I do not need their backup mains. You could also bring cubes like an IV cube and a 2x2x1 just to show off how fast you are at it. Next tip. Tip number 5. Bring tools to set up your cubes. This cube is not set up, so what would I do is I would remove the center caps and tension it so it's right for me. Check to see if these pieces need Lubrical 1, because Lubrical 1 fixes pieces or something. These pieces are pretty well, so they do not need it. Then I would apply the necessary lube like Lubrical Silk, DNM 37, or Lubrical Speedy. Next tip. Tip number 6. Bring scrambled cubes. I do not know how to solve Megaminx, so at a competition I would pay someone to solve this for me, like I would pay them $1, so I can have almost a completely solved collection. Next tip. Tip number 7. Wear Cuban themed clothing. If you go on YouTube and search up Cuban USA 2017, you will see that most, if not all, of the competitors will have some sort of Cuban-themed clothing, whether if it's from the Cubicle US, this is where this hat is from, Speed Cube Shop, if they do make clothing, or if it's some sort of Cuban-themed shirt. It doesn't matter, it's Cuban-themed clothing. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.